All right, Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakak Wadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops at Great Millstone who taught us this truth and rule well. Peace, blessings unto the Akiyam, put it on as the elect, striving for perfection in that crown of righteousness by being obedient to what's written inside the scriptures. Shalom. This is your brother Kassad out of Great Millstone, Houston. Wanted to do a quick hit lesson going into the movie I watched over the weekend. They cloned, Jamie Tyrone and everything, right? They got to talk like that because they'll block your whole message. So, but they cloned this nigga, right? And I want to go into, some of the things I seen that was spiritual inside this movie, right? Because the individuals you see on the day to day that's walking in darkness, they're nothing but products of Babylon the Great. They were made like that here inside of Babylon the Great, man. Going through the shit that you got to go through on this side, man. It's only railroading you on that path of death and destruction. That's what death and destruction looks like at the end of the day when you see 2/3 Jake or Eve or not even Eve, that black woman walking around here, man. You see these individuals in zombified state of existence. This is who they are on a day to day. Okay? So this Edomite, the self-proclaimed white, has conspired against Jake, who is Israel, Yasharallah, all right, to keep him in this lower state, along with the other heathen nations. Okay? They want to keep them going off and sinning and in that dead, that dead state, that dry bones at the end of the day, man. And I'm going to get some precepts and prayerfully this will be edifying unto the body. Jump it off here in Genesis 27:41. It says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing. Okay, Jacob was given that blessing of rulership. Esau is made by Yahweh to be a servant, and so are all these heathen nations. Okay, the Lord has not dealt with any other nation but Israel. He's given his law, statutes, and commandments to Israel to abide in and to be set apart and set above all these other nations. And for that blessing, Esau, his brother, who is this twin brother Esau of Jacob's twin brother, hates Jacob, man. Once again, coming in the same light and the same form as Cain did, okay, by slaying Abel because his righteousness, okay, how he was seen in the eyes of Yahweh made Esau jealous. Okay, so he slew Abel at the end of the day. All right, but this is the same spirit dwelling inside of Esau, man. Esau hates his brother Jacob because of that blessing, because of that righteousness that the Lord has placed on Jacob's life, being Israel, Yasharallah, getting that blessing. So it says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then when I slay my brother. So all the way back in Genesis 27:41, he's got murder on his mind for his brother. Okay? So this is nothing that just started all of a sudden in the last 200, 300, 400 years. This has been going on since Genesis 27:41, man. Since garden, actually. Since all the way back in the garden with Cain and Abel. Okay? That's pre-existing all the way up until now. Scripture talks about in Ezekiel 35 how he has a perpetual hatred. Okay? Esau has a perpetual hatred for Jacob, man. All right? And the Lord is going to punish him ultimately for that perpetual hatred. All right? Jump it off here. Go ahead and jump into it. Psalms 83:1. All right? Because in the land of our affliction, we always have cried out. We've always have asked and cried out to our Lord to save and deliver us from the harsh oppression. Okay? From the harsh oppression from all these wicked nations that we've ever been inside of, man. That's trying to keep us in that state of reproach, that state of shame at the end of the day, man. All right? Derision. This is Psalms 83:1. It says, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh, our power. It says, hold not thy peace and be not still, O Yahweh. Okay, so we're crying out that the Lord comes back and destroy the wicked from up off our asses. Okay, seeing us being trodden down, led to the slaughter all the day long. All right, being robbed and spoiled, hidden in prison houses. All right, we're trying to get the hell up out of this state of a living and existence because ultimately it's not living. All right, being cast down and begging for pennies and nickels and dimes, going to these damn so-called plantation ass jobs, working, getting handled and dealt with like pieces of shit on a day to day, man. That's not living. Okay, we are in the state of captivity and bondage, being ruled over by base and vile individuals, man. All right, so it said, for lo, thine enemies, okay, because Jake won't believe for 1 second that there's enemies out here. There's actual nations of people that hates his black ass, man. All right, he wants to go join in hand with these individuals all the way up until death. Won't bat an eye if Jake gets gunned down in the streets, you know. Little Jake is out wandering the streets while his mama at the club. Don't give a damn about nothing that looks like himself. Okay, that's self-hatred, man. All right, that darkness, Stockholm syndrome shit, being in love with your slave master is very evident. All right, and you see it on a day-to-day, man. All right, so he doesn't believe he has an enemy. He's now his worst own enemy because he's self-destroying himself with all these things, all these traps and snares that Esau has put inside of his environment. Okay, going down to the food, going down to the religion, going down to the music, the movies, and everything. It's all put inside of his environment to create a certain type of product, which ends up being that nigga man, that irrational, effeminate, hypersexual ass nigga man. All right, tacky as hell nigga man that's walking around here on a day in and day out doing nothing but raising more hell. So it says, for lo, thine enemies. Now, it's not just a enemy, it's enemies, because these other heathen nations are also in on it. Make a tumult, okay? Tumult is a loud noise, a loud, confusing noise, okay? And when it comes down to it, that noise that they're making is the reproach of Jake, saying that this is nothing but a damn liar, you know? This is nothing but a thief and a rapist, all right? Esau Edom has put his characteristics and how he acts on Jake, and he has spread it all throughout the world and has all these other nations saying that Jake ain't nothing but a liar, a stealer, and a rapist and a murderer, man. That's all he is. When in actuality, Esau Edom is the goddamn murderer the Bible talks about, man. The scriptures says that the thief comes not but to steal, kill, and destroy, man. And that's dealing with Esau Edom. He is the wicked the scriptures talks about. All right. Right quick. All right, going into that reproach, that tumultuous noise. This is Psalm 69 and 19. It says, thou hast known my reproach and my shame and my dishonor. My adversaries are all before thee. He says, reproach have broken my heart. Okay, being put into that lowest state. Reproach being talked about, being niggas. Okay, never nothing but a nigga here inside of Babylon the Great. It says, reproach has broken my heart and I am full of heaviness. All right, depression, anxiety. All right, feeling bad. It says, and I looked for some to take pity, but there was none. And for comforters, but I found none. So before you come into this light, man, you're looking for like, what the hell is this all about? It's got to be something. It's got to be something. All right, because this shit ain't living. It's very uncomfortable to watch us suffering on a day-to-day, dealing with the oppression, dealing with being cast down and being nothing more than just a nigga. Even that Jay-Z homosexual guy said that he's you do this, that, and the third, you still a nigga. All right. So it says, they gave me also gall for my meat, okay, and in my thirst they gave me vinegar to drink. All right, that gall is bitter at the end of the day, man. And that bitterness goes into oppression. It goes into suffering. They gave him nothing but more bitterness and oppression and suffering. Okay? And this is how we living in. This is why the Lord is going to deliver us out of here like he did in the days of that first Exodus. Okay? During that Passover. All right? They've given us nothing but that affliction in Egypt. It was giving us nothing but oppression, hard times. And we cried out and the Lord came and delivered us out of here, man. And once again, this is a sign upon us, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that we are the the scriptures talk about. We are the children of Yahweh. We are Yasharallah, princes of the power. We are Israel, man. All right, because ain't no other nation. There is no other nation going through the same things that we going through on the day to day. All right. So it says, lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their heads. So they're prideful, proudly making mockery, out of us on a day to day, man. News channels, everything there is. All right. You even see, them pushing the demasculation of the so-called black man, Negro man, Israelite man, because they know the only true form of masculinity is within Jake, within the so-called black man. All right. This is where you find masculinity at. All right. And so they have trying to track that down, in which they got most of these niggas in high places wearing dresses and bending over and shit. Okay. So it says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. So they're trying to keep us in this lowest state of existence, man. Okay? They're trying to keep us in this lowest state of existence. It says they have taken crafty counsel and against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones, man. Because they understand, in order, especially these heathen and Esau, Edom as well, in order for this kingdom in which we're living in right now, Esau's kingdom, because the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, and Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white, is in rulership right now. All right. It all draws back to him being in rulership right now. So they are keeping us in this lowest state so they can keep this kingdom, or they think that they can keep this kingdom moving on, continuing. Let's grab this right quick, because the Lord has put this in their inward thoughts, because at the end of the day, the Lord has hardened Pharaoh's heart. Esau, Edom, being the modern day Pharaoh, heart is hardened, because the Lord is lifting him up only to bring him down. And when he comes down, we rise up simultaneously. Okay, so this place has to end in order for us and our rulership to begin. Who is Israel? Israel's rulership. This is Psalms 49. In 11, it says, their inward thoughts is that their houses shall continue forever, and the dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. All right, who's calling their name? This land, Washington, huh? Calling the name America, Africa. All these are European and individual explorers, so to speak, man, or rulers. All right, they've changed all the original landmarks and made it and called it up after their own names. All right, let's jump into this Deuteronomy 28:43, because what you're seeing once again in these curses playing out live in 3D. All right, reality is stranger than fiction out here, man. Okay, so when you watch that movie and you see it, and the normal Jake is not gonna understand it. He's gonna get bored with it quick. But the men who have eyes to see and ears to hear, they're throwing it in our face. They're saying, yeah, we know. Yeah, we did all this stuff to y'all. We still doing this to y'all. Huh? All right, that's them being bold, lifting up their head, man. Who sees us? Saying who sees us doing these things to us, man. And it's all written in the scriptures. This is Deuteronomy 28:43. It says, the stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. All right, the stranger, man, that's these other heathen nations. All right, it says, shall come down and we shall come down very low. It says, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. So all we do here is borrow. All right, it's evident inside of America, inside this world, we're not the owners, we're the lenders. Okay, the mass majority of the blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans, man, we are living in the damn ghettos. Okay, that's what we are. It says, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him, and he shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. And that's who we are. We are the damn tail on everything, the tail of every joke. That's who we are. All right. It says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed. And this is what you see our people as, man, being destroyed. They cloned Tyrone. All right. It kept coming up, out there on the block this last weekend. But this is what you see. All right, nothing but a bunch of damn clones walking around this earth thinking they doing something new. All right. So it says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee until thou be destroyed, because thou hast hearkened this not unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Okay, and this is what you see, man. These curses on us. Okay, Esau being the sword of the Lord, having that hatred, okay, that bloodthirsty hatred for Jacob, and pushing that vibration throughout the whole entire earth. And that's why it's no saving Esau. All right, that's why he must be destroyed. The scriptures calls him a plague, and he is as death himself. Okay, everywhere he go is violence. It says pride compasses him as a chain. Okay, violence like it's a garment. Okay, in the book of Psalm 73rd chapter. This is who he is, man. This is who the Lord has created him to be. All right, and you can't make straight what the Lord has made crooked, as it talks about in the book of Job. All right, let's jump back into it. This Psalms 83rd and 4. It says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And ultimately, that's what it comes down to. You know, they know that we can stay inside this state of existence, which is full of debauchery, lasciviousness, you know, full of sin, iniquity, transgression, that, man, they can have at it. They can rule in this filthy ass world in which they ruling in, man, with straight wickedness. All right. It says, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against us. And Esau, Edom, that's one of his things, man. They want to, out of one, they rule all. So they want everybody to have the same type of evil, wicked fucking mind that he has. Okay. And they are, and so with that all same consent, that same mind frame, all right, they said they are confederate against thee. Okay. It says the tabernacles of Edom, self-proclaimed whites, man. And it goes down, you know, about these other heathen nations and the Ishmaelites, okay, of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek, who are also Edom, the chief house of Edom, the Amalek. All right, those are the 1948ers over there right now, okay, in the land of Israel. It says the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, Ashur, also is joined with them. They have Hulpin, the children of Lot, Selah. Okay, and it goes in saying, destroy these nations, man, that lift up a hand up against us, touching the apple of Yahweh's eye, man. All right, the Israelites, we praying and we calling out and we crying out right now to destroy this world, this land in which we in. Destroy these people for their heathen, you know, the hell that they're putting on us right now, man. Destroy the wicked. All right. This is what the Israelites are crying out about, man. They're not being comfortable inside of oppression and inside of captivity. They want out of this shit. Okay? They want to see the fall of the wicked at the end of the day so we can rise back into it. Okay? Man, let's grab that right quick. Because Esau is the end of the world, man. They want to see the end of the world. This second Ezra 6 and 9, it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay? So they want to see the end of this world so our world can be continue. Our world can begin. Okay? This is Psalms 109 and 2. It says, for the mouth of the wicked and the mouth of the deceitful are open against me. They have spoken against me with a lying tongue. Okay? And this is all you're going to get from Esau Edom. He's a damn liar. The wicked are estranged from birth. You know, as soon as they're born, they go about speaking lies, man. Okay? They are exchanged. They are wicked. All right? They're liars. Profane. Outside of the temple. Outside of these scriptures. Okay? They don't take heed to instructions. They never did. And they never will, man. They're not accustomed to doing good to themselves. They can't do good to anybody else, the scriptures goes into, man. But they're all about lying. Just going into that pandemic that they had, man. All right, they're telling you all these things. This is the solution. This is going to solve your problem if you take heed and believe in me. All right, that's all he wants you to believe in him. Believe in this lie, which is America, Babylon the Great. Believe in that, man, this is your comfort. All right, this is your comfort. Okay? They want to hit you with all that Novocaine, full of shit to numb the pain of all the affliction, or all the oppression that you're seeing and going through on a day-to-day. All right? They catapult the woman here. Okay? You can't even call her a woman. They catapult the beast here. Okay? That female here. Okay? With feminism, telling her that it's all right to be a whore. It's all right to get a bride, try this, that, and the third, whatever, makes you feel good. This is what they're telling the female here. They're not giving her no order because they don't operate in order. They themselves are homosexuals at the end of the day. Beast. So it says, they compassed me about also with words of hatred. Okay, and fought against me without a cause. So they coming against us. Okay, on this time. They don't even know that it's just the ancient hatred that they have for us. And they coming against us. They don't know why they look at you and they think about you and dream about you all night, man. These Edomites, man. They're thinking of ways how to just to throw you into a trap, into a snare, to outdo you. Okay? They hate you, man. With a passion, the scriptures talks about it, and the Lord hates them. Okay? So it's a just balance, because in this world they have exalted themselves to be some type of God, and they hate us. But the real power, Yahweh, hates their ass. Okay? So it's beautiful at the end of the day, because we know that the Lord is fighting for Israel. All right? He's not going to forsake us, the scripture said, but yet I would choose Israel, man. Okay? So it says, they compassed me about also with words of hatred and fought against me without a cause. For my love, they are my adversaries. All right? But I give myself unto prayer. I'm giving myself unto prayer, dealing with these adversaries on a day-to-day. Always praying without ceasing to endure. All right? Have self-control. Okay? Make it through it another day. It says, and which is making through another day. That means being righteous. Okay? Keeping peace. Not flying off the top. All right? That's what I mean by that. That's what we're doing here. We're making through to do the will of the one who sent us. That's why we make it through. All right? But the Lord calls us home. He calls us home. All right? Which is better. Much better than being in this situation in which we in. So I says, but I give myself unto prayer, and they have rewarded me evil for good and hatred for my love. All right? So it's part of that patience, that enduring situation. Okay? We heaping hot coals on them by being kind to them. Okay? Jake being a supplanter out here doing what he does best. Okay? Not being bothered and hazed by the pettiness and the sissiness that goes on a day-to-day, man. Dealing with these Edomites. Dealing with these other nations. All right? And they're rewarding it still, evil for good. And hatred for our love, man. All right, scriptures talks about how we would have healed Babylon at the end of the day, man. But she is not healed, and she will not be healed. Babylon, which is America, man. We would have healed this place. But they rewarded us more evil for good, and they given us hatred for our love, man. And there's movies out that talks about the hate that they give and everything, man. And you see Jake, like, once again, full of that Stockholm syndrome, just in love with their oppressor. The scripture says, man, hey, envy not the oppressor and trust none in his ways. Don't love the oppressor. All right? He's set up to be the wicked. This is Psalms 92:11. It says, my eyes also shall see my desire on my enemies, and my ears shall hear my desire of the wicked that rise up against me, man. And the Lord is a just power. He will not allow these individuals to continue ruling in wickedness. All right? We will see the downfall of Esau Edom. We will see our desire upon the wicked on the day-to-day. And the Lord is bestowing and turning up, the spiritual powers right now in these last days we living in, man. So judgment is going to be getting poured out a lot more, a lot more creative, man. That's why you pray without ceasing. Let the Lord fight your battle, man. Rule over your spirit in the times in which we end. This is Ecclesiasticus, the book of Sirach, chapter 25:7. It says, there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy. And the truth I will utter my tongue, a man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. So having joy to see your children. All right. This is a joyful occasion. And few men have seen that. Got to witness it. All right. And then it says, and he liveth to see the fall of his enemy, man. These are joyous things that will come upon. So it's called Halal Yahweh B'Hashem Avashai. All right, called Halal Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. You know, all praises to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, seeing the fall of his enemy. That's right. This is the book of Obadiah. This is last but not least. Book of Obadiah 1. I'm going to kick it off here in 8. All right, because it goes into the judgment of Esau Edom, who is the wicked, man, who's the ruler of this world in which we live in and has us in this derision right now, man. And it's being used as the Lord's sword, being used as the modern day Pharaoh, as the Lord is hardening his heart, only for him to be dashed to pieces, man, brought low, put into slavery, as it talks about in Revelations 13 and 10, all right, and then killed with the sword, all right, after 1,000 years. This is Obadiah 1 and 10. It says, shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of the mount of Esau? So all the pride, all the wickedness, all the so-called intelligence thing that they have going on, all the so-called the sorceries, the witchcraft they have going, all the deceivableness, the lying wonders. He says, and understanding out of the mount of Esau, man. It says, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed. This military, their military might, all right, shall be dismayed. It says, to the end of that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter, okay? It says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Okay, this is your pending doom, your pending judgment. Okay? The Lord is coming back to cut you off with slaughter, a great slaughter. And for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. In the day that thou stoodest in the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces. So, man, the Lord has nothing but wrath and indignation for you, man. A righteous recompense, all right, which is going to be come down to straight destruction for Babylon the Great and the ruler who is Esau Edom, the Edomite, the self-proclaimed white, man. You're going to be put down and out of existence for your hatred towards your brother, for all this conspiring, all right, for all these traps and snares, man. The Lord, it will not acquit the wicked, man. And with that, perfectly just edifying to the body. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem Rakaf Wadash. I want to give double honors to the elders, apostles, the great millstone who taught us the truth and rule well. Peace, blessings to the Akium, put on as the elect. Shalom.